Wait, the money in the what? Like we're gonna say it 37 times. That's what's funny.
My pants exploded in excitement.
Well, you bought it at Goodwill, so. Dirty Jared Poetry Show, Worcester, Massachusetts. It's about that time of the show where I implore us all to behave the fuck out. Because we have a special guest. She's actually no stranger to this stage. She's featured here as a guest featured poet. This young lady has the distinction of probably knowing more dirt about me and Nicholas Earl Davis combined than anyone else on the planet.
Yeah. That's not why we booked her out.
That's not why we booked her. No, of course not. Of course not. She is brilliant.
She's wonderful.
She's super pretty.
She's amazingly smart.
She's really funny.
Like the funniest.
Yeah, and like she's caring.
And she's a great roommate.
Understanding.
She's can hold my hair back really well when I need to be sick.
She's forgiving.
She's so forgiving.
And
like a vault.
Like smart. You said smart.
Yeah, we said smart.
We said brilliant.
We said funny.
Super funny.
Like the funniest.
Like hilarious.
Like probably funnier.
Like fuck Louis C.K.
Yeah, fuck that guy. I hear he does weird things in front of strangers.
True.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Kate's only done that like once.
Once. Regardless, and maybe, perhaps most importantly, she is super discreet.
Super discreet.
Super discreet. Like, man, if discreet was like the thing that made the presidents great, like,
yeah, then that would be her.
So many presidents would be greater than
that. I mean, she's also accomplished.
She is very accomplished.
Hello, accomplished.
At being discreet.
At being discreet.
Right.
And being a member of former Worcester Youth Poetry Slam.
Yeah, she's been a member of several Worcester Youth Poetry Slam teams. She has started on the stage as a poetry feature. She writes brilliant poems, but
and now she's a regular on Boston Open Mic Nights for comedy.
Yeah, she can also yuck it up and she plays songs. And without further ado, Dirty Jared Poetry Show.
From the bottom of our hearts,
make some noise for Katie Takmogo!
One time I threw up on a dog. So hi, I'm Tak. What I'm going to do tonight is actually, I'm going to do a mini variety show within the variety show. I'm going to go all Inception on you guys, probably, I don't know. I didn't see the movie. Just like hella meta. I'm going to do some stand-up. I'm going to play some music. And I'm going to do some really pretentious poems, which is great because if you're in the audience and you have an English degree, you are $80,000 in debt. You've written half a novel. You get all my jokes tonight, and tomorrow you get to go back to work in retail. So that's what you have, and no one can take that from you. It's yours. So I recently met someone, not like that, and in our initial interaction, I said, "So what's your deal? What are you all about?" And he said, "It's kind of a strange question to ask someone, isn't it?" No, it is not. If we had just met and I'd been like, "Oh yeah, hi, hey, I'm Tak. Yeah, what do you think horses dream about?" That would have been weird. But I'm not just gonna like intuit who you are from like the carbon monoxide. Carbon dioxide, he's not a poison-breathing monster. I mean, I don't know, because he never answered the fucking question. I have no idea. But I'm super jealous, because he has such a low tolerance for weird. Like, he's just like at a restaurant with his friends and family, and the server comes over and is like, "Hey, are you guys ready to order?" Whoa, crazy. You sure that's really an appropriate question for a restaurant? Or like, he's like at the grocery store. He's buying his muscle milk and supplements and like special hair gel, obviously. And the clerk's like, "You want paper or plastic bags?" He's like, "I would like a third less insane option. Paper or plastic, what are people gonna come up with next?" God, everything is so, like, it must just all be so new and weird and crazy to him. It's gotta be great. So I don't really trust doctors or medicine. But I do take bee pollen every day because it's very, very helpful for my fear of bees having too much food. And I did go to the doctor recently because I took an at-home pregnancy test, and you know they work, it's like the line if you're not and the plus sign if you are. And instead of the line, it showed me that like violent video of how you're gonna die that like haunts your dreams and is still there even when you open your eyes. So I felt like that probably warranted like a second opinion. I get really upset when people talk about catcalling, and not for the reasons I should. I'm not like, hey, yeah, let's smash the patriarchy. I'm like, why is anyone catcalling? I'm cute. I'm like, I get it. It's like it's a power thing, not a sex thing. It's about like asserting aggressive sexual dominance over women, and like I don't think I'm not cute. It's like I look like a 14-year-old Japanese girl dressed Skrillex. Like, I get it. It's just not the kind of look that invites street harassment. Nobody's out there like, today I'm gonna assert aggressive sexual dominance over a genderless DJ child. That's my agenda. That is no one's agenda. It's barely a concept, honestly. It barely counts. So that. I'm going to do a couple of poems for you guys, some cool, pretentious stuff. It's all plagiarism. It's 100% plagiarism. So I'm going to start with plagiarizing Cummings. The Cambridge ladies do not care that I stole this from E. Cummings. That is a haiku I wrote for E. Cummings. And the joke there is that he was not a very big fan of structure. That's the whole thing. If any of you aren't huge English nerds, I want you to do me a favor and can you take out your phone? Anybody? Can you guys do that? Just take out your phone if you're not a really big English nerd and play Candy Crush for the next 5 minutes. This is not changing in tone or speed. I'm committed, I'm married, that's what I'm doing. Plagiarizing Proust. Yeah, fuck you guys. Plagiarizing Proust. I often plagiarize Proust, but only a little at a time. That is, of course, a reference to one of the more famous lines from Swan's Way, the first book of Things Remembered, Proust's 37-book opus and only work. We also have plagiarizing Simon. Some of you are unfamiliar. It's, of course, the great American poet Paul Simon. If you took all the girls I knew when I was single, it's a wonder I can think it all. And that's about all the great women who rejected me because I wasn't good enough. So that's the funny part there. All the really great women who just weren't that interested. That's, it's cool. Plagiarizing Lacan. I'm pretentious, I have brain damage. Actually do have brain damage. I might have brain damage, I don't know. It's a cool thing to think about and then totally shelf every 6 or so years. So what happened was, I was 3 years old, and I was rocking alone in a chair in a dark room, and I rocked so hard that I knocked the chair over and gave myself amnesia and traumatic brain damage. It's true. It's a real thing that happened, and my parents just didn't think it was worth going back to get a scan to make sure my brain was regular. A whole bunch of lazy parenting is about to happen. How they didn't, bring me in initially for some medical intervention when the rocking back and forth in the dark started, it's pretty incredible. They just thought it was normal. We're just like, how's your 3-year-old daughter doing? Well, she shuns children her own age. She does that really, really cute thing that toddlers do where she finds a dark, lonely space to rock. And she has 5 words now. It's great. It's really good. We're super proud of her. And then when I grew up to be the adolescent who scratches her head real hard, needs the dandruff out from under her fingernails, that was unexpected. That was weird when that happened. Rocking back and forth, totally cool. So if you ever wonder if your parents love you, you ask yourself the question, if you suffered traumatic brain damage, would they bring you back for a check when you were 5 or 8 or something? And if the answer to that is yes, then your parents love you. And if the answer to that is no, then you are one of my siblings. And you need to start returning my texts. Because I don't think I'm overbearing. It's just that I miss you, and I want you to hang out with me. Okay? It's not a weird. I get it. I'm your sister. You don't want to see with whatever in public, but do it. It's rude. I've been thinking a lot about how politicians and men's rights activists think that metaphors imply perfect universal truth. And I'm gonna give you guys an example. It's my favorite example. Oftentimes when you talk to someone who's an anti-feminist or an MRA, they're pro-slut-shaming, they're super into it. And when you ask them why, they have no reason or logic, they just give you this one metaphor. And the metaphor is, a lock that is unlocked by many keys is a bad lock. A key that unlocks many locks is a master key. Which has no like innate truth about like it's true of keys, but that's not how metaphors work. But also a bunch of other things. So it's pretty trans exclusionary, which I'm not going to get into because I haven't found a way to make it funny. But also it's really pro breaking and entering. Like unless you're a locksmith, and like honestly, I've seen a lot of keys and very few locksmiths. The important thing is you're trying. The important thing is you're trying, and that's what matters. But my favorite thing about it is that it's the same exact people who are going to turn around. It's like everybody who's pro slut shaming. It's the same group that turns around and goes, "Oh, the government's getting into my email and they're reading my Facebook." And yeah, they're using a master key. Your favorite thing ever, that universal force of good that implies truth by its mere mention. It's not so fun to be on the receiving side, is it? Yeah. So, that's my MRE joke. I am gonna play you guys some music, some funny as fuck bullshit, because I am a one-trick pony advertising myself as a three-trick pony. So let's launch into that. Let's rock and roll.
Woo!
Alex got that. I'm
Alex is out. You're out for the night. You're retiring.
Hey, let's hear it.
Do you need relief?
I got with the chair guy. I fucked that up. I'm sorry. I can't play standing.
Alex the chairman.
I'm a stand-up comic and a sit-down musician.
It's confusing to look at. That's great.
I'm just crossing my legs. Oh yeah, no, you can use it.
I got this, Alex.
Thank you so much, Nick. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
He's got that cigarette. He's gonna roll it.
So I haven't really been practicing, but I do sleep with I sleep with a guitar by my bed, and I believe in holistic medicine. So
Exciting. Super exciting.
Used to cause a lot of trouble. Used to think I was a rebel. Used to wear the punk rock shirts I bought at thrift stores. Drink and drive with my shitty friends. We piss in the reservoir. We used to sneak into bars. Used to rob convenience stores. I've received stolen property, I've stolen property, and I've lied about having property stolen. It's called insurance fraud, and it carries a pretty hefty penalty. Don't commit insurance fraud after this show. I thought I was a badass, mostly I was just bad. Got into a lot of trouble with my mom and dad. Not like real authorities who could jeopardize my future. My lenient parents. Punk rock. I've done a lot of stupid things. Like one time. Okay, I lit a frat boy's arm on fire.
Yeah.
He doesn't know it was me. He thought it was my friend. We're not friends anymore. This is not an apology. This is not just a humble brag. Same caught between autonomy and all the fucking fun I had. I'm too old to be a teenager. Too old to say I won't grow up. Too old to even write this song. I got one thing going for me though. I drive, I drive, I drive, I drive, I drive, I drive, I drive. A sensible car, and I work at a bank. I don't wanna leave behind all the stupid shit I've done, but I just get sad whenever I take drugs. When I get too drunk, I clean the bathroom and pay my bills. Sometimes I write an extra zero at the end of the check because I'm drunk, and you shouldn't be writing checks when you're drunk, guys. Like, realistically, it's a terrible idea. And then also you have to call the place and explain to them what happened and get it, like, and if it's a loan, it's probably already applied to principal, so really nothing. That's the only thing I know about banking. I work at a bank. So be careful with your money, America. There are people like me everywhere. Thought I was gonna be like a rock star or something. Thought I was gonna be like a famous author. Thought I was gonna get noticed for my shenanigans in a documentary by Ken Burns over the course of 30 years or whatever shit he's doing now. I don't really pick up on Ken Burns. He could be dead. The only thing I really want is to never have to have a job, to spend all my time at the beach, or really just fucking off. I don't wanna do a thing. I don't wanna face my life. I don't wanna grow up. I'm 26. It's just depressing. It's totally pathetic. It's really sad. I got one thing going for me.
What's that?
I drive, 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 I drive a sensible car, and I work at a bank. This bed is on fire with passion and love. Neighbors complain about the noises above. She only comes when she feels cops. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, Kate!
Kenny Takmogo, one more time, everybody. Make some fucking noise. Let's put some gas in that sensible car of hers. Yeah. We know we get to do this. I'm excited, guys. This is a good turnout. I'm having